Let's take you to the president.
Shutdown, which could very well be. The budget should be handled a lot differently than it's been handled over the last long period of time, many years. But if for any reason it shuts down, the worst thing is what happens to our military. We're rebuilding our military. We're bringing it to a level that it's never been at. And the worst thing is for our military. We don't want that to happen. I'm here to support our military. Our military has to be the best in the world by far. And as you know, it's been depleted over the last long period of time. And when we finish, there won't be anything like it. We need that now almost more than at any time in the past. So I'm here for our military. I'm here to support our great, and very powerful military. And we're going to keep it that way, but we're going to make it much better. And that's what we're doing. It also means jobs. You see what's happening with respect to jobs. You see what happened yesterday, Apple, and now it was just announced that they're giving each employee a lot of money. So our tax cuts and our tax reform has turned out to be far greater than anybody ever anticipated. And I'm sure the Democrats would like to blunt that by shutting down government. But again, the group that loses big would be the military, and we're never letting our military lose at any point. We are going to fund our military. We're going to have a military like we've never had before, because we've just about never needed our military more than now. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Could happen. We'll see what happens. It's up to the Democrats.
All right, that's the president making some comments about the potential for a government shutdown. Of course, government runs out of money on midnight Friday night. There's already been a lot of discussion, Eamon Javers in Washington, about the degree to which a wall is a requirement for this deal. This morning, tweeting once again that the children insurance program should not be part of a 30-day solution. And now this.
Yeah, that was an interesting tweet this morning from the president. Today, in these comments, the president playing sort of the Washington blame game here, trying to suggest that it would be Democrats' fault if there is a government shutdown. Of course, Democrats have been arguing just the opposite, as you might expect, saying it would be the Republicans' fault. That fight will continue. But the tweet this morning from the president was that he thought that the CHIP program, the Children's Health Program, shouldn't be part of a short-term government funding deal, seeming to imply that it should be a separate standalone thing or exist on its own for a longer period of time than just a short period of time. Folks I talked to up on Capitol Hill were confused by that and said that the president himself might be confused by that because he might not know that it is a multi-year extension that's being attached to the short-term funding bill. So a lot of questions now about whether that plan will be torn apart, because the president is attacking a program that was put in the bill in order to woo some Democrats over to vote for it and to prevent a government shutdown, and then to politically embarrass Democrats if they're forced to vote against one of their highest priorities in order to block the government funding bill. So it was designed to be a tricky thing for Democrats to handle. The president suggesting it shouldn't be in there at all. That's thrown some confusion into this entire debate. We'll see where we go just one day here before a potential government shutdown, Carl.
Eamon, we've got the Pentagon rolling out its national defense strategy tomorrow. That is going to be very closely watched by folks in the defense and security world. And certainly we've been hearing for a very long time now that the military needs to be rebuilt. One of the biggest things that's holding up all of this spending is the fact that we have this sequester, these budget caps, and we have Republican lawmakers who want way more money than is currently allowed in law to go towards defense. How much is, I mean, there's a lot of focus on immigration right now, but how much are these budget caps playing a role in the fact that we just can't get a final number?
Well, the problem is that the Democrats and Republicans can't agree on a long-term spending deal, right? They keep doing these short-term deals because they get up to these deadlines, realize they don't have the votes for a long-term deal, and decide they're going to punt it for 60, 90 days, 30 days, whatever it might be. That's been the pattern over the past several negotiations here, and we're seeing that again in this case. To do a broad deal that breaks through those sequester budget caps that you're talking about would require them putting together a bigger long-term deal, and there just don't seem to be the votes for that or the appetite for that. And so they've been struggling along with sort of kick the can down the road strategy, and that works to keep the government open, but it doesn't change the overall funding on a lot of these programs in a significant way.
Eamon, we're going to pay a lot of attention to what we think might be a House vote at 7 p.m. according to some reports today. And then, of course, we'll see what the Senate does. Eamon Javers in Washington is going to be a busy couple of days for you.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.